All right, so this is a quick video of session 1.3. Yeah, session 1.3. So we're going to quickly go over how does the human eye work, and then what does it mean to come into consensus. So I'm just going to describe what happened in class if you missed it for session 1.3. So these are the things to ponder. So go ahead and make sure you pause and write this stuff in your notebook or on a piece of paper that you're going to put into your notebook. And then we're going to go on. So this is the human eye. There's 5 specific pieces that we're going to look at that are the most important. And those are the lens, the pupil, the iris, the cornea, and the retina. The optic nerve, that's another important thing. It's not, that's what connects our eye to the brain and we can see. But we're more focused on these 5 right here. Basically, is what happens is light passes through first the protection, that is the cornea, then the lens. The iris is that colored part of our eye. It goes through here, which is your pupil. Your pupil can get bigger and smaller depending on how much light there is. And then it passes through and it hits back here in the retina. Now, what happens then is there's some special cells here at the retina in the back. We have rods, which are these guys. These are cells that allow us to see when there's not much light available. We don't see in color, but we are able to see. So you think about nighttime or a dark room, you're still able to see stuff. You can't really tell what color things are. If you're outside when it's getting dark and there, you can look at a flower, at some point when you're looking at that flower, you'll lose the color of it because it'll get too dark to see the color. And where does that color come from? These cones right here. So we have green cones, red cones, and blue cones. And with those 3 cones, we can see all the colors of our world. Now, there are more colors than the ones that we can see. For example, birds can also see ultraviolet. So they have this 4th cone. And with that, they can see, believe it or not, another 1,000,000 colors than we can see. And then some animals, like dogs, I can't remember which cone they don't have. I think maybe they don't have the blue one. So they just have red and green. So they see about 100 less colors or 1,000 less colors than we do. And so that's something that they're not able to do. So take a moment. What do you remember? Why is it important? All that good stuff. Always, you can go back in videos. You can pause stuff. I do go much quicker in a video than I do here. So I'm actually going to move on, but please pause. So what you missed in class is we had a discussion about the phenomenon, and we were trying to come to consensus. So what do we agree on? What do we disagree on? What are some new ideas? And so basically we're trying to come up is like, why is the teacher able to see the student? And the consensus to that was because the light is off in the teacher room and something with the one-way mirror. We're not really sure what it is, but there's something about the one-way mirror's construct that allows the teacher to see through it because there's light on the other side. Or maybe it's because the light's on at the other. Maybe they can see through it because there's no light. That's more what it is in her room. And then the student cannot see the teacher because the light is on in his room, and that makes the glass or the window turn into a mirror. At least that's kind of where we are right now. We're also thinking about like arrows and like how do we show, like is the light is bouncing off the one-way mirror and going into the student? How does the teacher see? I'll try and add the picture of our consensus model to Schoology so you can see that as well. But basically that was the conversation. And so now we're trying to think of, what is that next step going to be? And that next step is 1.4 where we start asking questions. So that is a very quick recap of session 1.3.